What is up, guys? It's your boy Young Breezy here with the Scoop Face podcast. Yes, we got a new name for the podcast. Figured the unnamed podcast sounded boring as fuck, so Scoop Face sounded a lot better. Shout out to everybody who gave me the name for it, and everybody who suggested some. I just figured this one was better. So today we're going to be talking about YCS Atlanta, but before we do, if you guys haven't checked out Goat Goats Instagram and the Facebook group, link is always down in the description, as well as my Instagram, so you guys can go follow that. And I have special guests today, and it's no other than Team Wicked. You guys want to introduce yourselves and
I guess Cam, you can go first. I guess.
Everybody basically know me in Atlanta. Cameron Sharp. I'm a blast to be around if we're dueling, if we're just hanging around. I'm gonna make sure everybody's just laughing. So you know how that go.
I know that for sure.
But my name is Alan. I'm kind of fairly new to the competitive scene, but everybody knows me as a Dino guy. I don't know if you guys have seen my match during YCS Atlanta against Jesse Kotton. I'm that Dino guy. But like me and Cam, if you ever catch me and Cam together, we're gonna have your lungs crying.
It's true. So you guys need to come up to him and tell him your boy sent you. So YCS Atlanta, the very first 3v3 event. I know Konami's held them as side events, and some people liked them. I was skeptical because of the fact that it's considered as the main event, and I wasn't sure if Konami was ready for all the people who were going to join, and there being over how many people entered, and I thought it was going to be a big shit show. I thought, but it actually went pretty decent.
Yeah, it was pretty smooth, man.
Yeah, I feel like it went pretty smooth. Like just like you, I thought it was gonna be like complete hectic. I was like, how are they gonna do all this? And it actually turned out pretty well though. I guess they like planned this out before they did anything.
Yeah. So for the amount of teams, from what I've seen people posting, that signed up were 551 teams.
It's a lot of people.
Yes. Yeah. Now, people, all in general total, 1,650 people.
The game's growing, man.
If it is.
Konami, I think when they fixed the FTKs and they made Salaman great, like budget as well as competitive, like when they can compete with Sky Striker, Thunder Dragon, Pendulum Magician, and everything's pretty much fair besides a couple cards. Maybe as a thought. Other than that, I think it brought back a whole bunch of people.
Oh yeah.
Like me, I waited. I've basically been out the game for 2 ban lists because I quit playing through FTKs. But when they ban Firewall and they fix the FTKs, and you see them actually trying to address the problems, then it brought back some of the older players that haven't been playing.
Yeah, because I remember I was telling him off the podcast, I faced you at a regional. That was the first time I met you. And I don't remember what I was playing. I thought it was ABC, but I could have been wrong. And I was like, yeah, I got bodied. Like, literally, I said...
Trickstar?
Yes, that was, yeah.
Yeah, that was the Atlanta Regionals. That was last year.
Bro, I was like...
I think you came in, top... I think you came in,
I got 7th. I only lost to Gym Night FTK. And I beat everything else.
And there is a profile of that on my channel, so y'all can go check it out for the people who are listening. I believe I got that profile. Anyways, but yeah, no. So before we go into the breakdown and everything and your guys' experience within it, since we had a good show up and everything, and a lot of people decide to make the teams and everything, and teams have been growing and growing. As here lately, do you think this is a sign of Konami realizing that teams are a thing?
Yeah, I was actually talking to someone at the event, and I was like, it's like a wild and crazy idea, but I was like, well, what if Konami actually made Nationals 3v3? Like, that'd be insane.
Yeah.
I think that would be absolutely insane.
I don't know if they're going to do that, but that was just like, if they made a YCS like top tier event, a 3v3, I don't think there's a lot stopping them from making Nationals. Maybe one day, not anytime soon.
Yeah.
Maybe one day a 3v3.
I feel like, because there's a lot of stuff that we can strategize and say Konami could do this, do that. I feel like this is a better chance for the people who aren't able to like top or possibly get like become a YCS champion or top a YCS. This kind of gives them that chance to, like, if they have really good players as friends, team up with them and then be like, yo, I did it. Like, yeah, it's your friends or your team kind of like helping you, not really like coaching, because that was one thing that a lot of people were kind of confused about as well, was the fact of what's the difference between coaching and suggesting? Because obviously if you're suggesting, you have a different tone in your voice. Oh shit, did he leave? He must have lagged out.
Alan?
Yeah, he must have lagged out. But anyways, so like that was one of the things people were wondering. What was the difference? Like, but yeah, it could happen one day. I feel like that would be a good cool thing, to where if they did do a Nationals based around that, I think I could see it happening.
I'm sorry about that. I think my call just failed.
You're fine. You're fine.
But the thing with, like, my thing with the team thing, like, I can understand why Konami did the team thing, like, because it just brings more players back in the game, even new ones, because it's like, you have your friend that plays this card game. You're like, hey, dude, I play this card game. We can all play on teams,
Right.
And, like, it's just throughout the whole experience for me at the first 3v3 Y6 event, like, the best part was being able to play with, like, two of my better friends in the game,
Mm-hmm.
That was, like, the whole best experience for me, So, like, I think that was good. Like, as far as the coaching thing, it was sometimes where, like, like how they tell you, like, you can't ask a judge a certain question until the play has been done.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of my opponents telling, like, literally just telling their opponent, their teammate 100% what to do, like they were playing the deck,
Yeah. But, there's a lot of stuff that could go on with the 3v3 coaching type thing, and everything else. But since you guys were on the team together and you guys participated in this, how did your experience within that whole thing and, like, your matchups go?
It's pretty good. I guess the whole thing, I don't know, it was just weird, man. Like, I've always, like, me playing this game, it was always like a one player game.
Yeah.
So it was just like, it was weird relying on other people. I don't know, it was just weird. I was just like, there was one time where me and Alan won, and we were like, Zach, you don't have to play the next one. But then there was another one where I was losing, and I was looking over like, please
win.
tell me.
Win.
Yeah, I was like, please tell me you guys, we're winning this. Like,
yeah. So Cam looks over like, Alan, you got it? Zach, you got it? And he, like, pushes his hand on the board like, no. It's over with. And, like, I just thought that was, like, the funniest thing ever. And, like, but like Cam said, it really was weird, like, relying on your partners to win the match. Because don't get me wrong, you pick your teammates, and sometimes you can be bad teammates or somebody you can trust to win games. But sometimes it's just every deck has their bad matchup.
You can't control that.
I can't control it. Like, what was it, Cam? Round 5, I think it was, when we dropped, like, we literally sat in front of 2 Sky Strikers and a Necros player.
What?
Like, my bad matchup is Sky Strikers.
Necros?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Cam paid.
well, when you playing Necros against Salamangrade, that's almost if you don't brick, that's an auto win.
That's an auto win.
Unicorn this game. So it's just like, yeah.
Yeah, and he unicorned him game 1, and he was just like, game 2, because I cannot play without my expect.
Damn.
So let's just keep moving, you know. So
right. That's crazy.
But overall, it was it was a weird and unfamiliar experience because, like Cam said, it's like you're just so used to like, okay, you go to an event, it's like, okay, I have to just worry about me and me alone. I just need to win out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But sometimes at the other end, it kind of helps. Like when you're in a bad situation, you're losing, and your other 2 teammates can catch the win.
Yeah.
Good. You move forward.
Or they can catch something that like a play that you probably could do. You know.
Exactly.
And you learn from that experience in a way because like. I used to be in, the whole the Dueling Network clans or whatever the fuck. People made fun of everybody about that. Now people are like, oh shit, because like with that, in a way it's kind of like the 3v3, but not really. You know what I'm saying? To where they could see things that you're not seeing, and you remember that for next time if that scenario comes up. But yeah, I mean. I wish I would have joined it. I really do. And a friend of mine was trying to push me to actually play in it and be on a team, but I was like, I wasn't feeling, like them as a player. Like one of them picked up Salamangreats like maybe 2 weeks ago. Like yeah, the deck's not too hard to like learn, but.
You're not ready.
Yeah, and then like the other one was playing. I think he was playing the deck as well. I could be wrong, or he could have been playing something else. But he doesn't have the time and whatever the test. So I'm like, I'm sorry. Like I don't know. But with that being said, the top 16 deck breakdown. These are by percentages, just not how many decks were played. But obviously the first one is Sky Strikers. There was 38%, which we kind of expected, at least in my opinion, for that, because what was the last YCS we had a Sky Striker win the event. Finally, Sky Strikers got a win for a major event.
And I'll leave this topic to Cam because he's a striker player. So I mean, who is like strikers? Like I expected strikers. When I saw that strikers were in the final, I expected I looked at Cam and I was like, strikers. The team with all the strikers are going to win. Because strikers is like one of those decks. They're like, it's hard to kill, dude. It really is hard to kill. It's hard to mess that deck up. That deck's resource capabilities are like off the chain. It's just like you have to play through their hand traps. The ray that can just bring itself back and dodge, and the widow anchors and the
back row.
The spell that allow you to do extra things. Okay, afterburner on destroy a monster, destroy a spell. Jamming Way is doing the reverse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Engage, not being return just to keep drawing, and then you do search and then draw a card. It's just a lot of resources building, dude.
Right. So,
like I said, Cam is a striker player. He's Cam could tell you a lot more about the deck just being crazy.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna get into
hilarious. I've been playing Striker since it came out, and I've only played 2 Striker mirrors ever.
Damn.
So I was playing the Striker guy, literally playing as I go.
Just
I had no idea what I was doing in the mirror, because for the past month, no one has the Striker deck.
Yeah.
So I've been playing with Salamangreat. So I built my deck to play Salamangreat. So this format's like a triangle. So my theory going into the event was, okay, well, if everybody assumes everybody is going to be playing Salamangreat, then the majority is going to be Sky Striker. But then the pros are going to see that, and then they're going to go to Thunder Dragon. So it was just and then I was like, well, if everybody thinks the pros are going to play Thunder Dragon, then everybody plays Salamangreat. And then I'm like, I'm in between, so I'll just think Striker. So it was really weird, because I think this format, everything's good, honestly.
It is.
Strikers at 38% doesn't like surprise me.
Yeah, it didn't after like I said, after that YCS, the last YCS, and it won it. People were like, yeah, this deck, like, it had to be put down for a moment, and then it had to be somebody to just play it and know what he was doing with the deck and win it all, and then people jumped back on it. The second percentage was obviously Salomon Great with 33%, which, again, I mean, the deck's not bad, and I don't know if you guys will agree with me on this. It reminds me a lot like Orcus, not just because I play it, but because of the way they set up. I feel like it's like Orcus with the counter trap. Minus obviously like Azerthot or whatever, but with that's what it reminds me of, and it's cheap.
With Salomon Great, like, to me, like, when I play every Salomon Great player, it's like they pretty much make the same board.
Yeah.
I mean, every combo deck and every deck does make its most familiar board, but literally their whole board, it's two boards they can possibly go on. Either the Link Dweller with Mega the Stalio, or it's just Stalio, Link, and hopefully, I mean, most of the time the Roar, and hopefully sometimes the Rage, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So their board is actually not that impressive.
It's not.
It's the combination between Rage, counter trap, and then like you have to play through at least 2 hand traps. Most of the time, 9 times out of 10 is going to be 1, because if you just so it's like playing out of those, and then you have the protection, and then you have to kill the board. But like, it's so weird because they've added back the Gazelle, and they can just remake the board next turn off of 1 card.
Mm-hmm. So
I think that's where that deck is strong at, but their boards aren't that impressive. Like, once you bait out, that's how Striker beat them. Like, once you bait out the Roar or just attack over the monster,
it's free play.
Pretty much win. Yeah, you can pretty much win. You just have to have a better setup for, like, after you break their board, and then when they go, if you can stop them with like 1 Widow Anchor and a hand trap, I'm pretty sure you're good. That's how that usually works.
True.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the third deck, obviously, like you had said, it's a triangle format, is 21% Thunder Dragon. Now, that doesn't, it doesn't, like, shock you on, like, it's a mixture of them. The Danger version, the whatever version, and then the Pure version. I feel like the Danger version obviously is the better build, of course. It builds better that whole whatever. I don't even know what to call it. Because I had it played.
I tell you this, with Thunder Dragons, like, Colossus is a very, very strong and insane card. That, I mean, it's a floodgate.
Yeah, walking one.
It's a 2600 beat stick mistake that can protect himself.
Yeah.
And it's just like, against strikers, strikers literally have to open up the most insane hand to try to beat around that thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they have to literally go, Hayate, maybe dump the Widow take, then try to possibly Arrow Zero, multi-roll it off the board or something like that. Like, it's just, and for other decks, a lot of decks have to add, you know? Like,
yeah.
I'm a Dino player, like,
you don't really add besides Pill.
Get to add, like, I'm shut out of the game. You know, so it's just like, I feel like that, and I like how this new Thunder Dragon, like, version just, like, really got rid of Titan. You know, like, he's just a forgotten card now, you know? And, like, Dangers
are dangers.
Dangers to me, in my opinion, are a problem.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm pretty sure everybody can agree on that one.
It's a problem, and I feel like Konami really didn't think it through. And now, if they allow Dangers to keep going, they really have to watch how they make discard effects on certain cards now.
But that's like there's been engines or whatever that have been similar, like, to Dangers, not mechanic wise, but like people were like, oh, it's a problem, and like with Zoo. Obviously, Zoo was played, you know, within its archetype but it evolved, of course, like Thunder Dragons, like any other deck, and Goki. But, like, it was splashable once it slowly got hit. And everybody's like, oh, you know, it needs to get hit, you know, and this and that. And I feel like, yeah, the dangers by themselves, yes, they are a problem because they're not once per turn.
At all.
So I feel like it would be fair if they were. At least.
Yeah.
But,
at least, yeah. So, I mean, Thunder Dragons, like I said, it's not a surprise. Like, Thunder Dragons, it was a very good deck. Like I said, I had the honor to face that in a feature match.
Yep.
It was insane, you know.
Well, Mind Control Best Tech 2019 or 2018.
I'm telling you, that game was insane. Shout out to Jesse Cotton, of course.
Facts.
But like, it was insane. Game 1, I was glad I made Doka a conductor just to keep board going. Game 2, like,
someone was
saw like, what was that?
No, Bill. I think it was Billy or whoever. I think it was Billy that said something about making Dweller. I think it was, or something. And I looked like before you went Dolka, like you were debating on going into it, and then you were like, "Nah, I need this."
The reason why I didn't go to Dweller is because, like, when he did the dog worm, I think it was, and he passed, I really figured he was waiting on something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was waiting on something to make his hand better. And I know literally their plays is to go to Saruja.
Yeah.
You know, so like setting up conductor with the Doka, if any play that he try to make that I can't stop with conductor, I'm going to blow it up with Doka, you know? And like anything else, as soon as he gets to 3 or 4 monsters, I'm going to eclipse it to shut him out of the, you know, get into Saruja, you know? So, like, and then, like, game 2, like, as you saw, whoever watched the feature match, like, he just completely obliterated me to sleep.
Game 2.
And then game 3, like I said, like, it was a back and forth, just me top decking. And, like, the crazy thing, I literally looked over at my teammate, Zach, and was like, I need 1 card. Totally forgetting that I sided in mind control, you know? And it's just the misplay that he made earlier with getting rid of the dark matter. He could have gave me. I had 5,000. He could have gave me, and he just got met with the ogre. And then I drew the mind control, and then that was it.
It was a wrap.
It was just,
so I know Cam faced because obviously they all played Thunder Dragons. So Cam, how did you like?
True.
Is that the only Thunder Dragon you guys faced for the event or no?
No. So I actually played Thunder Dragon the round before. But that was, my teammates won, luckily, because, okay, so I didn't build my deck around to beat Thunder Dragon. I built it to, like, beat Salamangreat, because I thought that was going to be most represented. So, because I was main deck and there could only be one. And I haven't played against a lot of Thunder Dragon either. So, all I've been playing against is really just, like, Salamangreat, Pendulum Magician.
Yeah.
And because of the ARG, I was thinking, well, maybe Pendulum Magician is going to be really popular as well. So I was also siding for that. It was just, I don't know, it was just like, it was really weird. Like, okay, so when I was playing against Thunder Dragon, all six of my games, I did not see a hand trap whatsoever.
Weird.
But against everybody else, I saw hand traps. I was playing impermanences, Veilers, Ogres, Ashes, no hand traps whatsoever. So when you're playing Striker and they're playing Thunder Dragon, you just have to sit there and take it. You can't play, and you don't see a multi-roll. You have to play through a Colossus, 2 negates. There's not a lot you can really do. Yeah, there's not a lot you can really do. And then you have to decide if you're going to go first or second, and then they can just play Danko, and then you really just lose.
I hate that card. Trust me, I feel your pain on that one. I just know I feel that pain. Going the last 4 decks, I guess you want to put it, we're at like 2%. Danger Orcus, Trickstar, which I didn't get to see the profile. I'm pretty sure someone's gonna get a profile of it at some point. Then you had Danger Hero, which I'm assuming he just played the Vion and Dark Warrior engine.
That's interesting.
And then the Pendulum, which I'm pretty sure one of them was Jeremy. So I don't know who else. I think a friend of mine was also playing it, but it really wasn't. It didn't seem like it was high represented. Obviously, The 3 were the Thunder, Dragon, the Salomon Greats, and the Strikers. So I don't know. I feel like there was a good amount of mixed for this event, just like previous events and everything. And I know we're pretty much due for another balance, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, sometime in April, I believe.
Literally, tomorrow, really, if you want to get technical.
Probably. But I feel like that could probably be another topic we could talk about at some point. But overall, like we were talking about the 3v3. Do you see Konami doing more of these in the future?
Definitely. I can literally see, like, if not, I don't know. I think there's a YCS in Knoxville.
Before Nats. Yeah.
Before Nats, like, I don't think this next one coming up is going to be a 3v3, but like Cam brought up the idea of Nats being 3v3.
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna happen, now, but in the future it can be. But maybe the second or third YCS after it can definitely possibly happen. And after that, I think like we're at least getting at least one 3v3 YCS a year.
Yeah, I think that would be nice, just to test the waters, like they did with this one.
Definitely.
So
this one turned out great.
Yeah,
to me, it turned out perfect.
I feel like since they got the positive feedback on it, a lot of it, I feel like they will, and I'll hopefully enter the next one. But with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed the podcast. Again, you guys can go ahead and follow the Instagrams down below. Do you guys have anything you guys want to add, like shameless plugs, anything else?
Well, I would say, this is me and Cam from Team Wicked. We do have a YouTube channel. Just type in Team Wicked. You'll see our logos. If you saw our jerseys, it's a green and black logo. We try to post content as much as we can. We kind of stopped for about a week or two. Everybody, about a month. Everybody was preparing for YCS, and then we literally had a regionals last month and the month before, so it was hectic,
Yeah.
But literally we're gonna start getting back on our
grind.
On our grind again, and we thank you for allowing us to be on this podcast.
And I honestly and truly, this made it a lot more interesting than the way I was gonna talk about the YCS, because I didn't have the experience.
Exactly. I mean, like I said, we're always here. You always give us a call.
Yeah.
We always help out with the podcast and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. You got anything else, Cam?
Nah.
Alright.
That's it.
Also, another thing I want to add before we close it out even more. Somebody made the comment about your color jerseys because Sunday was St. Patrick's Day. Well, they were like, I bet they planned that.
I did hear Billy say that, and that was the funniest thing. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't hear it then. Like, me, literally, I was sitting here showing my girlfriend the replay of the match because she wanted to see me play. And I heard it, and she started busting out laughing. I come in the room, like, what are you laughing at? I thought she was laughing at me. And she's like, he just made a St. Patty's Day. So I rewind it, and I'm like, wow.
Bro, I was like, I didn't even think about it. I'm so done.
I thought that was a funny thing. Billy's so funny. Like, I kid you not. Like, even the face he gave me when I drew the mind control, I was so having to look back, and he was like, what? He was like, hey. That's what made you a champion, right?
Right. That's what made them all one. So, yeah, Again, hopefully you guys enjoyed the not the profile. Damn, the podcast. They both start with a P anyways. The podcast, go check out Team Wicked. Go check out all the links down below. And as always, it's your boy Young Breezy, and I'm out.